Awesome! Yes!
That's how it works. That's how it works. Don't let your hang up hang you.
Oh, I love it!
Brand new track, DJ, pay attention. Straps. Here we go, baby.
Get it. Get more. What do you think? We lose this thing? We don't lose this thing. We don't lose this. We don't lose this. We don't lose this.
Love it!
A dose of what you need. The only real cure. Medicine for your mind, body, soul. Stir your emotions, soul to unlock the spirit. Hidden deep inside sometimes. And when you let it out, it just gets all willy-nilly. Like wildflowers growing all over the place. You can't stop it. Body to body, rocking. What do you think? We lose this thing? We don't lose this thing. We don't lose this. We don't lose this. You know it's skate.
MichaelaTV Live, listen to viewers, we are here with Strafe. Let's give him a round of applause for being here.
And you know what, Strafe? I'm gonna break that record. I'm gonna break it.
That would really be nice.
Definitely.
That's actually the lead single from the finally available Set It Off album. In all of these years, there's never been an album.
In all these years, there have not been an album.
Never
The
been an
lead
album.
single
And
for the Set It Off album?
the Set It Off album.
And what did we just listen to? The song?
What do you think?
What do you guys think in the chat room about what do you think? Oh my God, that is a dance song if I've never heard one. And this is
That shit is rocking.
the web
I love it.
radio debut of Strafe's new single, and it is here right here on MichaelaTV Live. This is what happens here because he's like, thank you, Jesus. We are so honored.
We are.
So talk to us about the track that we just, heard you do. Listen to.
Well, I knew I wanted to open up with something that was reminiscent of the Strafe energy that everyone knows, the random freedom, just take it. And it was because, hey, I've been doing this for a while, and there's a lot of us who are still blessed to still be here in the mix, in the midst of each other, and doing this thing and feeling good about it. So it's about folks who like to dance and don't care who's watching while they're doing it and just cutting loose. It's about breaking loose.
I love that.
You know?
You know?
Yeah,
That's kind of like our
we
little
don't
motto.
care. We just do what we do.
You know what? At MichaelaTV Live, that is our motto. We
Yeah.
do what we do.
We don't care what people think.
Even if people hate it and still tune in.
And ban us.
We still do it. We get banned.
On Facebook.
We piss people off. But we party our butts off. I'm going to say asses, but I can't say asses next to him. I get embarrassed.
She never gets embarrassed. I'm the first.
I get embarrassed.
I'm not really that old.
No, you're not. You're not that old. You're not that,
But we want, we want to be respectful.
But, okay.
We admire you,
I appreciate
it's a
that.
blessing to have you here, so we're trying to be respectful.
We are respectful of the legendary Strafe. Now, you guys, I'm opening up the message boards right now for you guys' questions. And before we went to our music break, we had a question come through the chat room that said, Strafe, what's happening next? What can we expect from you next? So, what should we be excited about, aside from this latest single that we just heard?
Well, besides that album, I have a series of releases that I'm about to unleash through my Hard Soul Recordings label. I've been working with several artists, and to go along with the Set It Off album, which it's got some collector's items on it. The name of the album is The Original Set It Off and Other Songs for the Collector. So, DJs
I like that.
and other cats who want some of the tracks that were available and some very little known because of politics and different labels that I was affiliated with. I also included on a limited edition version of the album 2 tracks that were never released, but one of them is another version of Set It Off. It's an 8-track demo that was created simultaneously with the original version as an alternative version, and then there was a controversy going on with me and the label at the time, and I had to have a project that I could take control over. So
yes.
But there was another song, well, that's called Set It Off too. That's an electro funk version, but there's a song that I used to perform back then, Roseland and a bunch of other clubs throughout the city. It was called What Are You Here For? And for a time, it was never released, but there were DJs that were actually following me around to my shows trying to bootleg the record because it was a great song. It actually preceded Set It Off, and I'd be me and was it Radar on percussions, Bravo the Dancer, Medicine Man, the late Medicine Man on percussions, and I was playing guitar and some timbalitos. It was a sort of a live jam that led into Set It Off, and as we were vamping out the tune, what are you here for, what are you here for, chanting to the crowd, of course they'd be screaming back, set it off, set it off. So it became one of those things, a lead-in tune.
Can I just interject for a little bit? Can you speak closer to the microphone? All of our listeners can hear you.
Okay.
Awesome.
They want you. They need you. They want every word that Strafe says tonight.
I'll try to be clear. So, to go along with the original, the Set It Off album, I have a series of releases, albums that are of all new material. I've been writing nonstop. Writing is therapy for me, so even though I haven't released music, and there's a reason why, you know, if you listen to the vibe of the music these days, it's totally different from what we grew up on, where it was actually speaking to the moment, but it was also speaking to us, and it wasn't so, I feel that we've lost, there's been a bridge that has...
Something happened, right? Yes.
Oh, totally, and it's, it's by design, but that's, I'm hoping to, in my series of new releases, bring a whole nother, spark a whole nother social order, a whole nother social conversation, get back to music and statements in the music that actually speak to us and allow us to, or bring us closer together on all levels.
I think I just came on that one. I felt it. I didn't want to actually do it because I'm scared. He's sitting right next to me.
She had to.
But yeah, I definitely. Okay, Delilah, can you talk? Because I can't talk right now.
Well, I have a question for you.
Oh, just kidding. Go ahead.
I actually like the track, the Flute remix.
Oh yeah,
Flute Nasty remix.
More Like You. Yes.
I know you took it to a different direction there, but to what you did with Set It Off, and yet you still managed to put a different element with the flute and everything you composing to that track. It's so great. And I heard a lot of flute players, but you brought something different to the table. So
talk to us about the track Flute. Talk to us about Flute, because we're going to be hearing it in a couple minutes.
Well, that is the other new release that's available. It's the Flute Nasty remix. It's a remix of the More Like You.
I like it too.
Well, More Like You, I Love Tribute is a tune I wrote for a performance I did a few years ago, and it was during February, Black History Month, and I needed, and I'm saying I write. If I'm coming into a room, I said, what do I have to? I need something that I can share that's special with the folks that I'm going to be in the company of. So I wrote this tune, More Like You. It was a co-write with my engineer, writing partner on some tunes, John Evans. He actually was the original tracking engineer for Set It Off. We've been friends all these years, but when he presented the track to me, I fell in love with the track, and I just wrote this piece for this performance. So it's I've got a video out on that. You can look it up, More Like You, I Love Tribute, and it's a tribute to the fallen heroes, and it's a Black History montage of folks that that we all should look up and recognize. And I feel that right now, youngsters, when we're dealing with violence in our communities, that these youngsters have nothing to fill them, to know about themselves. The violence is rampant, and I think that one of the solutions is education. You got to give them a sense of what their pedigree, who they are, and have them recognize that times were were a lot harder back then. You know, folks that weren't allowed to go to school. You know, they read books, they taught themselves, they did what they had to do to make their lives better and the lives of their family members and each other better. It's about contributing to the moment and being of that creative, inventive spirit. I think that needs to be there needs to be a resurgence in that and a refocusing of that in our young folks and in our community, but also in the powers that be. You know, the folks who ran off with all the money that nobody's talking about. They got us all distracted, you know, by all this stuff that's going down, and nobody's talking about the banksters. That's right.
Yep.
Right on, bravo.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Right on.
Okay. You know what I love about this?
Speak the truth.
Now, I know you guys, and I hope you guys can maybe relate to this, but all these years we've been listening to Set It Off, and we've been dancing to Set It Off. It is the soundtrack of my youth. It's the soundtrack of everybody's youth. But we've never had a chance to sit down and actually talk to and connect with the mind behind the song. And I don't know if you guys on the chat room feel the same way I do, but listening to him speak, all of it makes sense now. All of it makes sense. And if you guys agree, put it into the chat room. Listening to him talk about his inspiration, listening to what he's committed to, listening to the direction, what inspires him and the direction that he's going is truly inspirational.